Hey everybody, I'm Darren from Ciro. I worked with Adam Sandoval to develop this new bag. I helped him design it. He helped me design it, and we think we came up with one of the best bags ever developed in the motorcycle industry. We're really excited to work with Adam on this, and he tells us he's excited to work with us, which is great.
Absolutely, man. I think you're too kind. You really did the designing and the legwork and the powerhouse work of this bag. I came to you with my inspirations, my ideas, my vision, and you turned it into an actual piece of functioning luggage. And that, to me, is an exciting partnership and the way partnerships should work. And I think in the end, everybody out there reaps the benefits.
Well, and the cool thing about it is your ideas were good. Right from the beginning, they were fresh, new ways to put together a piece of luggage for this industry. So it was exciting to do because it was something fresh and new and different.
Well, I've struggled with a lot of different luggage,
Yeah.
And I've tried different things, and I've often wished I had this or wished I had that or wished this worked a little different. And, I do a lot of traveling off the bike too, and I wanted something that was going to be functional not only on the bike, but also in my other adventures.
Yes.
So I think that this definitely checks all those boxes.
Well, and that was another part of it that was exciting, is that this is something people can use whenever they travel, which for motorcycle luggage is really unique. I've got a ton of stuff taking up space in my closets at home that I can't use for anything other than riding motorcycles.
That's a fact.
Some of it's good stuff, but it collects a lot of dust too. This won't.
Yeah, this is something that is definitely universal and is super functional on a motorcycle. But heck, on my way here to see you today, I used it as a backpack running through the airport, and it worked just as good there.
Yeah.
So should we go over some of the features?
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
All right. Well, one of the first things that you questioned me about when I said I want a double end open bag.
Why?
Well, because when I'm on the bike, I don't want to unload my bag every time. I would need something that's on the bottom. So often, I can separate my stuff. I can take my toiletries or my tools or one segment of gear and put it on the one end, on the bottom, and then I can take my clothes or another segment of gear and put it on the top.
Yep.
And as long as I'm always packing like that, I know where my stuff is. So should we lay this down on a luggage rack, I can access it from either side.
And that's what I'm saying about Adam's ideas being new and fresh. I mean, it's such a simple concept. Just make it open on both ends. Really smart, simple is always the best. And that was one of those things with this bag. I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. This is going to be unique.
And at first the question came up, will it sit decent with a roll on the bottom? And it does. It sits perfectly straight. It sits fine. It sits like any other bag when it's in an upright position. You'd never even know there was a roll on the bottom.
No, it works really well in that vertical position up against a luggage rack. We developed the extra loops so you can cinch it down real effectively that way. It also fits really well on a luggage rack. So it's just a real versatile design that we're super excited about all the different applications it has. Almost no matter what type of motorcycle you're riding, it's got a lot of unique features that make it work in a lot of unique ways.
I took a lot of inspiration in my ideas from luggage that I've used in multiple different scenarios, from adventure off-road riding to street riding to even riding side-by-sides and traveling in a car. And like I said, going through the airport, I've used a lot of different pieces of luggage in my adventures and travels, and I wanted to kind of bring them all together for one universal piece that really crosses all those boundaries.
Yeah, and I think we nailed it. I think it accomplishes that goal, and it does it in a way that still looks good. It's got a sleek appearance. It's got a cool appearance. I don't know. I'm really excited about it.
It's heavy duty. The material's heavy. It's thick. It's robust, but it's not so coarse that it doesn't feel refined enough to tote it through an airport or throw it in the back of the seat of your car. Right. It's not going to wear on your seat, on your motorcycle, or anything like that. It's fine enough for that, but still robust enough that I could put it in the back of a side-by-side and rip down a dirt trail and not think twice about it.
Exactly. Yeah, the materials are all designed to be outdoors, so they're easy to clean. If it gets dirty, and we hope it does get dirty, that's the whole point of motorcycling or ATVs or whatever it is, having a bag that is tough enough to take it, but still looks good when you need it to, is really the goal.
Well, we'll use it on a motorcycle, but really it's an adventure bag. Another thing that I really liked that we did was put on this flap here. The flap is a nice piece. I will use this flap for rain gear or cold weather gear or a jacket or a bedroll. You can lay it in there, wrap it up. But I'll also use something like this if I'm going through the airport to hold a laptop or something like that.
Yeah, it's some stuff that you need to get to quickly.
And you've got the laptop.
I do.
But is there actually a computer in there?
There is a computer in here. There's a computer that might have even helped design this bag.
Okay, because we wouldn't want to mislead the people.
No, there it is.
All right, here we go. Laptop in another case inside the bag, and with a simple flip up here and a flip over here, and then you can just cinch these down nice and tight. And there you have it. And guess what? You can go all over the airport with that. You could run a marathon with that. Your laptop is going to be safe, right?
Yeah.
Motorcycling is definitely difficult and hard on equipment. I've broken a lot of things and gone through a lot of equipment, and having something that's built right is super important, especially if I'm going to put my name on the top of it there.
Yeah. Yep.
I want it to last and I want it to work, and I think we've definitely checked both of those boxes with this bag.
Yeah, and we selected materials and things that we had experience with, knowing what was good, what was going to last, what was going to be tough enough, and striking that balance between function, good looks, and long-term durability.
Absolutely. And speaking of function, this is really two bags in one.
Yes, it is.
How did we design this bag?
Well, you wanted a softer look on the outside. You didn't want that plastic, typical waterproof look. You wanted something that had a nicer feel to it.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to use the bag as a decent piece of luggage,
Yep.
and not feel like I was carrying around something, that looked rubber or,
Right.
Like it should be on my boat.
Right. And that was another one of those great ideas that Adam came to us with. Well, let's double it. Let's build a nice bag and put a tough liner inside of it. So what we developed is, this is actually, in some ways, two bags in one. There's an internal bag.
And it just seals with Velcro. I mean, super simple design. Go ahead, your way.
So this bag might look familiar to some of you who've seen Ciro's other line of Dryforce luggage. We used materials that we had experience with, like I said before, to develop this inside bag. This TPU material is waterproof and super tough.
Extremely tough. I took your bag on a 25,000-mile trip, riding every single day in every single state across all kinds of conditions, and never even came close to putting a hole in that thing.
Yeah, it's really, really some durable stuff. Another cool thing about this, it's got Ciro green on the inside for high visibility. You can see what's in it because it just reflects enough light. You can actually use this, if you choose to, as its own bag. You can roll the ends. It's got a carrying handle. So it has its own function. It's not just a liner. So yeah, that's kind of one of the key features of the way this thing is constructed, that it's 2 layers.
Absolutely. And realistically, you could strap this outer layer to your motorcycle, bottom roll this end, slide it into that layer, and you could just remove this layer and go into the hotel with it and leave this strapped to your bike. Now you're not strapping and strapping your bike every night.
Yes.
Although the strapping has been made pretty easy.
It is pretty easy.
So this is about a 55-liter bag is what we figure. And when you're attaching 55 liters of your gear to your bike, it's important to have a lot of places to strap down from. I know I've struggled with that in the past, trying to find a good way to strap a bike, and I think we've done a great job. I think one of the things we can pride ourselves the most on this bag, is how good of a job we did designing the strap down locations.
Yeah, we really wanted to make it adaptable, so a bag adapted to what you needed. You weren't struggling to figure out how the bag worked. It just had multiple options. And the way we achieved that was by putting these heavy-duty sewn-in nylon or ballistic nylon loops. There's 4 along this side. There's another 4 along this side, so there's 8 on this side of the bag. We come to the back side. There's 6 more. These work well for looping around a backrest. Is an ideal way to carry the luggage in a vertical position. They work great if it's on a luggage rack. You attach your strap to the luggage rack, and you come up to those loops or vice versa. And it's just a simple, quick way to attach the bag.
It really is, and I love the loop. I think this is so much better than a hard plastic or a metal piece of hardware. This is a very simple, safe way that's versatile. I mean, whether you're using hooks from bungee nets
Yes.
or you're using straps or whatever you're using, this is an easy way to attach your bag.
And that's something we've learned from experience, that your first instinct when you want a tough piece of hardware is go with a piece of metal. Metal scratches your motorcycle. Metal scratches the chrome on your luggage rack. Nobody wants that, where this loop will never scratch it. So it's just a little different way to do it that we think is much better, especially for this motorcycle application.
So can we talk about one of my favorite parts of this bag?
Yeah, of course.
It's something I never thought I would love on a bag as much as I absolutely do. I used it just yesterday coming here, and that is the backpack attachment. This bag works perfectly as a backpack, and you did a great job at making sure that these things were curved right, padded right. They actually feel good. I feel like I'm wearing a quality backpack when I have this thing on. I don't feel like it's an afterthought. I feel like this thing was meant to be a backpack. Just did a really good job at hiding the gear.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something we wanted to put backpack straps on it that were comfortable and durable. When you look at hiking gear and backpacks that are really used for long term, not just getting on and off the school bus, they have straps that are comfortable. They're ergonomically designed for your body. And that's what we went with here to give you, because you're going to have some weight in this bag, so you want it to be comfortable. So yeah, that's a really nice feature. It's got a strap for across your chest. Again, you never know how many flights of stairs you might have to climb to get up to the cabin or whatever you're doing. It's good to have a secure way to carry it.
Yeah, well, like we said, this bag is good for adventures, whether it be on your motorcycle or not. And having a good way to carry this bag where you're not having to hold it.
Right. Keeps your hands free.
Keeps your hands free.
Who knows what you might be doing with your hands?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. Exactly.
All
And
right.
the way they hide away, too. Once they're in that pocket, they're invisible. So that's
You would never know.
Yeah, it's
You'd never
perfect.
know they were there.
Yeah, keeps them out of the way, keeps them...
And this hook and loop here, this clip that goes with this loop is super good too. It's durable, it's heavy duty. I say it's simple.
You said you were simple?
It's durable, it's heavy duty.
Yeah.
It's just really a simple way to connect the backpack and transform it from a duffel to a backpack.
So here's another nice feature we want to show. I'm going to put my laptop back in there just to give you an idea of some stuff packed in the bag. We've incorporated a couple of Molly panels.
I love Molly.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, it is the best. If you're not familiar with Molly, Molly is a military designed way of attaching multiple bags together. So you can take a small bag and attach it to a larger bag, and multiple smaller bags attach them to a larger bag. And it's just really become a universal way of expanding your gear. So we wanted to make sure we had some Molly on this thing so that if we had extra gear we wanted to attach to it, we certainly could.
Yep, exactly. There's all kinds of Molly gear that'll fit here. Everything from bottle holders to gun holsters. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
Some of the Molly out there is kind of for looks. We really designed this. This has the right geometry and the right durability to really carry whatever you want to add to it.
Yeah, this is definitely a sturdy way to carry the Molly. And also we've got handles on all sides of this bag, so no matter which way you want to pick this bag up and carry it,
Right.
you've got a way to do it.
Exactly.
You can carry it like this, you can carry it from the top how we had it earlier. There's a handle here, there's a handle here. Heck, we've even got a handle back here.
Yep. Here, I'm gonna roll the bag up now and kind of show you kind of how those handles work. Here, Adam, we will demonstrate that a little bit.
Do you want me to roll my end?
Yes.
Are we gonna be dueling?
Dueling.
Is it a race?
Always, everything is a race.
It's always a competition. So what happens is you roll these ends up like we just did, and then they've each got clips on either end so that you can expand or contract that roll of the bag. And then once it's up, there's one more clip that goes over the top, which holds that top down nice and sturdy.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then like Adam was saying, there's handles here. If you're loading this onto your tour pack, there's an easy way to hold it. There's another handle here if you're grabbing it and you got to just kind of take it and run. There's another handle here if you're carrying it more like a suitcase or briefcase.
And the nice thing about all these handles is they're built in. Okay, a lot of times when I got my luggage, I'm trying to get it off the bike and I'm going into a hotel or to a cabin, I have to find straps or things to put onto the luggage to carry it. Here, everything's built in.
Yep.
It's in place. You don't need it, even down to the backpack.
Yes. And that's another place where simple is better.
It really
Give
is.
people a handle that's designed to fit a hand with a glove on it, because again, motorcycle riding, off-roading, whatever you're doing, you've got something sturdy to grab, and you can put this thing wherever you need it without too much hassle.
Nothing worse than fumbling with a heavy bag.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so one of the added benefits to having the dual rolling ends of your bag is not just accessibility, but it's also versatility in the fact that whether your load is small or large, this bag can expand or shrink to fit it. So here we've got 3 bags set up with 3 completely different size packs, and the bag adjusts to fit them all.
Yeah, it honestly looks like 3 different products. I mean, it's really amazing how much the bag really does adjust to what you put in it.
Yeah, so like this one, you've got just your laptop in there
Yeah.
and some gear.
That same laptop bag I showed earlier. And it's not, there's nothing extra here, you know? It's still
Still a
it's a
cool looking
convenient
bag.
size. I can throw it on my back. It's 100% waterproof. If I've got something valuable I need to take, you know, on a quick ride, run to the store, ride to work, whatever it is,
Give them a full turn there. They're
Yeah.
going to want to see this.
it's on and off
Excellent.
easy. It's, I don't know, just real usable size.
It is. It's perfect for just a regular backpack, but then you can stack it next to something like this, where we've got about half loaded, maybe a little bit better than half
Yeah.
loaded, and the bag really does take a different shape. But even when you've got to pack for those long trips, this duffel bag here is a full-size duffel bag. This is a duffel bag that you would see someone even taking for like maybe sports gear or something like that.
Exactly.
And that is a fully loaded out bag. So there's even still some room to expand here if we had to, but you can see the versatility. And that's,
Yeah.
I think, the important thing here is it's a big bag, but it doesn't look sloppy when it's folded small because
Yeah.
you can roll the ends in
When it's collapsed down, it's still convenient to use.
and it still looks cool.
It still looks cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we should show them what these bags look like on a motorcycle.
I think you're right.
Let's do it. You will put yours on the rack. I'll put mine in the back seat.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
And we put the flaps on the top for that easily accessible gear that you need. You know, if it starts to rain or whatever, you've got your rain gear right where you can grab it quickly. But we wanted to make sure you could still cinch down the bag tight and secure and have access to that stuff on the top. So we put some slots in these flaps so you can still have your bag cinched down and get access to that extra gear you've got on the top.
Yeah, you don't have to unstrap your entire bag just because you want to grab your cold weather jacket off the top or,
Right.
or your rain gear or whatever it may be.
Yep.
All right, so we got a full-size jacket here. We will stack that flap with it. I just lay them down on their back, cross the arms, fold over the collar, and then I just roll it like a bedroll. And now this jacket can go right here on your bag. Now keep in mind, this could be a blanket, this could be a jacket, a bedroll, a tent, your rain gear, whatever you want. But it cinches down right on top of your luggage like that. And now when I need to access this, I don't have to unstrap my bag. I just, and I've got my jacket. When you're cold on the side of the road and you're trying to get your cold weather gear, being able to access it that fast is a big deal.
Yeah, and without having to loosen up or open up your luggage in any way. It's still securely attached to the luggage rack as it was before.
All right, this is the L Sandoval luggage. I think we knocked it out of the park. It's a versatile bag. You can use it whether you're on your motorcycle, in your car, off-road on your ATV, or jet setting across the country.
Yeah, I hope you can tell, and I hope it comes across how excited we are about this bag. I mean, it's been a fun project from the beginning, but to see it like this and ready for other people to enjoy is super exciting.
I mean, over 5 years, I've been dreaming of developing a luggage that would truly fit my needs on the road, and y'all at Ciro 3D have helped me bring that to life. So thank you all so much. And if you want to get the bag, where do they go?
So if you want to learn more about Adam and all of his adventures and all the really cool things he's done in these last years in the motorcycling community, go to adamsandoval.com. If you're interested in the bag, go to ciro3d.com or your local motorcycle dealership.
Come see me on YouTube and check out the bag in the wild.